October 29th, 2025. Not trading today. It's FOMC. However, I did pop open my scanner for a brief moment and I saw BAER had over 100 times relative volume with very little price movement. That tells me that there's short covering or accumulation or something along those lines that I want to jump in on. So here I have 100 shares BAER. I'm keeping it small. What's the news that caused them to have such high volume? Well, they secured $331 million, and their market cap is, what is it, like 90 million? But presumably that means that their planes and their fleet is valuable. They also have some other positive news recently, but this seems to be the catalyst right here. I was checking out their shorts on BAER. This is not necessarily a short squeeze. They do have some short interest, but it's not crazy like perhaps Beyond Meat. So nothing to call out there. However, in Google Trends, I do see that they do have some traffic, so people are interested in the last 30 days. And with this news, I suspect, Google projects that to be 100 based on this incomplete data. So people are, their eyes are on it. Now, why is this an interesting trade? Just looking at the chart, well, just like BCRX, which is a trade I was in until it broke down this trend line. BCRX had high volume up on news. Low volume up on this indecision wick candle, and then high volume down. And then it kind of grinded up higher. Yeah, it lost momentum. But those are the kind of trades where I get in, I ride it just a little bit up, and then I get out. I'm not a buy and hold guy. So let's look at BAER. Is it exhibiting the same behavior or similar behavior? I think it is similar but different. It's actually telling a better story in a lot of ways. So 3.5 million shares traded on this basically indecision candle. So if you look up here and then I hover over this candle, 3.5 in that 4 hour period. Let's go to the 1 hour now. Let's see what story that tells. 3.1 million shares on this 1 hour candle, and then 300,000 down. What? So is that a sign of accumulation, or is it a sign of distribution? Well, I think it's accumulation. Um, they have $330 million. They're going to be around for quite a bit longer. They're not going to be bankrupt yet. Surely they have to turn their business around, but their revenue is doing pretty good. Let's open up the 4 hour chart so we can see the earnings. Surprise upwards. That's great. Surprise upwards, surprise upwards, surprise upwards. So this will be one. I will ride it. Let's see. What's my play on this? Let's look at that candle again. I'm already in it around here. So my expectation is it'll go up. It might start to fade a little bit, but I will take profit about halfway up this wick. And then that's going to cover my initial position. And then if it goes up to 2.69, the top of the wick, I'll be out except for runners. Then they have earnings coming up pretty recently. So a big thing about this is you have earnings coming up, but you just secured $300 million. That means that they're showing their creditor, their bank, they're showing them data that we haven't seen yet. And I think the only way that they would secure something like that is if earnings is going to tell us a story that is really positive. If they become profitable, this might moon too. So in fact, they don't have options on this, but I will be buying more and holding some through earnings just to see what this is all going to be about. The other thing here though to look at. So this indicator down here, I'll highlight it. This is on balance volume. Now what usually you see is that volume will sort of match the levels in the chart. If there's an imbalance here, meaning that the on balance volume goes up significantly, but the price doesn't move, which is what we see here, that's a huge imbalance. And that means to me that because the on balance volume spiked up and sort of plateaued, but the price didn't move, this is someone accumulating. Someone accumulating probably 4 million shares. That's what this gap, this on balance volume gap, kind of tells me. Because the price didn't move, but there's so much buying. Someone's accumulating. Someone's buying all their shorts, covering their shorts or something. I don't know what's going on, but all I know is that you have earnings coming up. The projection is that you're going to be profitable. That makes me want to go in actually a little heavier and hold the earnings. But I'm not going to play it crazy with ASST. One of the mistakes I made is I didn't set up a sell at this resistance line right away. I was going to eyeball it, but I wasn't watching my screen at the time. So BAER, I am going to sell a portion about halfway up this wick. I'll sell a portion at the top of the wick, and then I'm going to hold out for earnings for the rest just to see what happens. And then, as always, my stop loss, just in case I'm totally wrong, I'm going to put right about 1.6 here. And then let's see what happens. So BAER, what are you hiding? Let's see what happens. Let's see if it goes up. No guarantees, but all the signs are positive.